What's going on, everybody? I am Captain RoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell, Shadow Walkers. We're back, baby!
Yay!
Woo! Who's ready for D&D? Only 89% hell yes in the poll? What is this? What is this?
My goodness.
Good to see everyone. Thank you guys for hanging on with us through get another week of Mixer technical difficulties.
Right?
But we're here.
That was good ones. Those were some good ones right there.
We're doing it.
And the rolls begin coming in. They don't know what they're rolling on, but they will roll.
Let's go ahead and get a timeout on Black Tuesday for the Bruins gift. Go ahead and just time him out for that one.
Yes. All Bruins gifts will result in timeouts. It is awesome to be back from D&D Live. Thank you guys so much for the amazing reception the last 2 days while we've just been playing Magic and hanging out with folks. Oh, the Dragon Ember! Look at that guy!
Dang, that was nice.
Thank you, Coalfire. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for all of that big boy support. Welcome. This is our live D&D show, the most interactive D&D show on the internet. These are the rest of my lovely friends. Does anybody have an announcement before we get kicking? I have a few, so go ahead.
I have one, just that I got a new D&D shirt, and it's great. It says, "This really Dungeons My Dragons."
Simple, yet still snarky.
And the blues, and that's all I'm going to say. I was there last night, and it was awesome.
Woo! They sported the best sport. They did.
That's all I got.
Announcements on my front. Nothing too crazy. We did pick up a new Avengers Assemble tank top tonight. $7 at Walmart. Classic throwback shirt. Loving it.
Barneson?
Nope, Barneson. But, that's it. That's all I want to say. Like my new shirt. I'll be quick.
I'm continuing my trek of seeing everybody I play D&D with essentially in this month. I've seen Serena, Mike, Carl, Mudcat, Caustic Phoenix, and then this weekend I'll be seeing CaptainRoBear. It's like I'm going on a fucking world tour of D&D players. So,
by the way, D&D World Tour sounds like a blast.
we'll make a t-shirt. Trev, yeah, will we? But yeah, that's about it.
Anybody else with announcements before I kick in? All right. We got back from D&D Live, man. Thank you, everyone. Because of your support, I'm able to make a spur-of-the-moment decision to fly to LA to go and participate in that weekend-long event. It was absolutely career-changing. The channel enabling me to go out and meet as many people as I did, and to be able to network at that event with so many amazing other creators. I walked away with a ton of close-knit friends, as all conventions do, but this being even more intimate. It's when you think of convention, you think a ton of people out roaming the floor. This is not. It is small. It is in a tiny studio. It's a couple hundred people. Like, it is an unreal experience. You're just able to go and roam and talk to Joe Manganiello, talk to Jeremy Crawford, speak with Chris Perkins. Speaking of that, on the very last day, I got to speak with him just for a few minutes, just thank him for the storytelling, but he actually gave me one of the coveted soul coins from the weekend. And if you guys did not see any of the stream over the weekend, these guys right here, these soul coins are what power the infernal war machines for the new expansion, which is set in Avernus, the first layer of hell. we essentially get an entire Mad Max Fury Road style expansion coming in September. And it's got a little Infernal on the back, a little Infernal riding. So freaking cool.
Kill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Super sweet.
But not just that, I got an entire giant swag bag of things. Got Wormwood keychain now with the badass D&D ampersand on the back of it.
Nice.
But we got some stuff for Chad to paint.
What the fuck?
Look at this guy!
That was surprise!
Holy.
Minis!
Holy shit.
We got a young blue dragon, big ass fucking miniature.
God damn.
That is awesome.
So
That's
here's-
awesome.
Chad is hunched.
Oh, it's hunched
Wow.
for days.
I like the back of it says, base provided for stability, does not indicate scale for gameplay purposes. Only in D&D. So yes, when you come down on this Saturday, you're gonna pick this guy up. And
All right, sick.
you're gonna pick up these sweet dragonborn sorcerers.
Holy shit!
Ooh.
All the minis.
The detail
That
on
is
these
awesome.
guys is freaking awesome.
Oh man, that's
Minis
sick.
for days.
Super hunched.
Yeah.
In this one, this is the mega hunch. For everyone who did see the streams, Jeremy Crawford from D&D played a character called Mad Maggie, and it was one of the greatest characters of the weekend. She drives the Infernal War Machines, one of them at least, and she's one of the warlord leaders there. We have a Mad Maggie freaking
Holy
miniature
shit!
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is insane.
out of the
Cool.
D&D Collector series.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
So
You better be
Chad,
careful here on.
Chad's gonna get some sweet action to paint.
Nice, nice, nice.
Also got an edition of the Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons
Nice.
comic.
Yes.
Nice.
We also got the Adventure Zone edition. Oh!
Nice.
Yay! You're there, the
Yeah.
Gerblin. Seriously, it's
So
so good. If you
good.
guys haven't read or listened to The Adventure Zone, it's an amazing podcast. It is so phenomenal.
And we got the book that Rob just held up right there on the end. Right there.
Oh, and we got an early edition copy of Ghost of Saltmarsh.
which is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Adventures
for
on the
that.
High
It's gonna be
Seas.
amazing.
Let's see.
This couldn't come out in time, in more timely fashion, because this is totally going to help me plan the Valis Ghost Ship one shot. I can tell you that.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, Rob, real quick, since you're giving me so many presents, I've been painting this guy, which I was gonna give to you this weekend. I don't know if it'll focus. It's a little dwarven brewmaster.
Look at
Aw.
him. He's got a ginger hair that matched the ginger the beard he's brewing.
He's got a big ass hammer on the back of him too, and everything.
Because we always have hammers.
Yep.
So
Very
Gotta
nice.
smash.
Exciting
Smash.
times were had. I will let you know that I am going to be on a documentary done by fandom.com. It will possibly be out in the months to come, but I was set down and interviewed because I actually shared a few street tacos with one of the production staff members, Peter, and he pulled me onto this, and they gave, I don't know if they were expecting all that I had to bring to that interview, but I gave them a whole bunch about D&D on Mixer and the channel, and eventually they got around to me asking like Matt Mercer a question through it. So I don't know if there's gonna be a Q and response or whatnot, but who knows?
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was pretty wild. The only people I saw that got interviewed were way more important than me. So I'm excited to see how that goes down, man. Yes, thank you for dropping that. Do you have the code? The 20% off this week code. Which one is it? I'm sure, is it D&D Live? I haven't looked it up yet. I need to put that on a
probably is.
timer. But yes, you definitely need to send that going around. Anybody that hasn't purchased yet, We would have totally hit our goal over the week, but my bot dropped. I mean, you like, we had the community up somewhere near 40 million sparks, and then my bot crashed for 3 days in a row. So unfortunately we didn't hit the goal to do another handbook this week, but I fully expect this week for us to be able to hit that 70 mil and be able to make it apply. Our winner from last week, we still haven't awarded because we're double checking the actual login feature into D&D Beyond. We don't want to have to, if it's still using your actual Google password, then I'm not going to be able to do it, because I don't want anyone to actually be giving me their Google password. So we may have to reroute this in a different fashion. Once again, it's all I stressed over the weekend is gifting, let me gift. So we're working out the details on it.
You could always use TeamViewer and have it just remote in and they log in and then you just do it.
That's a really good idea.
Then you have they're logged in already. You don't see their username. You don't see their password.
I could TeamViewer in if they have a PC. I could TeamViewer in and then apply like a Walmart Visa card. I could buy like a one time. That's not a bad idea. Good thinking, Tex. Ooh.
Let's go.
Yes. What about Patreon? I haven't set the tiers, but it's ready to go. It's been a little bit hectic to set everything up just yet, but it's coming, and I want to try to launch it as soon as possible this week. Definitely going to do it before E3 kicks off. Internally.
Oh, sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I want to say how awesome it is to look in chat at Sin Aaron's message of every single crap pack subscription let's go in there. That is amazing.
The color rainbow is cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you for the support.
Yes.
There's going to be internal conversations this week that go on about scheduling, about opening up so we can get these one-shots done. Like you said, there may be some shifting of shows that go on, but we have not had those conversations yet internally. So once that is done, I will announce it to everyone else, because we want to get the Wild West shot out as quick as we can. That is the game plan on that front. Let's see, we're going to be going to E3 in a couple of weeks, so we will have D&D next week on Wednesday, but in 2 weeks we won't. I think that'll be the only game that gets cannibalized. I think everything else will be slated, but we'll keep you guys posted on it. Once again, thanks for bearing with us through all the tech difficulties today on getting started up, but we're here. That's all that matters. And there's like a million things I can't tell you.
It's NDAs.
It is. There is a ton of NDA that went down this weekend, but as soon as I can let you guys know of awesome things, I will let you know. And anybody else, I have a ton of DMs right now. I promise I will get to these DMs in the next 24 hours. And there's a lot of them. So without further ado, we're gonna roll some damn dice.
Let's go. Let's see what's rolling hot tonight. All of them. Not bad. Not bad.
My God, the sparks and ember
Look
trains.
at that.
Jesus.
Chugga chugga.
Let's go.
Oh.
We did have a natural 20 earlier. Somebody roll a nat 20.
The 500k nat 20.
Ooh. I want a beach ball.
Making it rain.
Mike's excitement for the beach ball.
It's a classic.
All right. To pick up where we left off last week. As we're finally able to make your way from the Temple of Dongitude in the Mineral Onsen, up in the mountains, into the city proper, descending into the gardens, in the streets, to smell the air, to take in city proper, Mudane Dong. You guys were able to share an awesome filled feast in finally discuss a little bit more about where everyone has come from to get to where they are now inside the Jade Trash Panda. There was much sake and beer to be had and delicious foods and great conversation, which was abruptly interrupted with a large, what looked like military parade that transitioned into what appeared to be almost festival-like, a parade of geishas and lamps and paper dragons that transitioned into a makeshift stage as you saw a very emperor-like figure exit out of the giant samurai statue in city center, only to descend down onto a stage where you saw the public execution of several different anthropomorphic animal races, ones that you had all seen before within the city. Upon this shock and standing up with the rest of the patrons of Mudang Dawn, this is where we left you last week.
So are we still in the crowd and everything?
You were still around your table, just finishing up your last bow before the execution.
I mean, people are still not allowed to talk, though? Like, everybody's still quiet?
It is still a disgusting silence. As you can see, several other executioners taking care of the remains of what was left on stage. If anyone would like to make an investigation or a general perception check at this point, you can be my guest. And I guess what we'll do on a round robin, when you roll, we'll take the 2 top rolls.
I'll do perception.
I'm gonna do an investigation.
Right.
Nat fucking 20 on perception, so 27.
Okay, we'll take yours for perception. Anyone else doing investigation? And
I
what
got a
are you
16.
investigating?
I got a 14 for investigation.
Investigating, like, to see if anybody looks, like, super angry or, like, what, I guess, the crowd's reaction is to this.
Okay. And same thing for you, Clashgar, or anything different?
Yeah, more basically looking at specifically the races that were executed, any of the serving class, I guess you'd call it.
And
See how they reacted to the execution.
you can see, yes.
I was gonna say, can I do a perception check to see if anybody is looking at me in a devious way, giving me the one up and down, like, why am I eating and drinking with normal folk?
I would not call us normal. We are far from normal.
And his eyes were-
I'm not in servitude.
All right.
And while they're doing that, I want to boot myself on the nose and cast comprehend languages. Just in case someone else starts talking, I want to be prepared.
How long does your spell last?
An hour.
Gotcha. And it's comprehend all languages, correct?
I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language I hear,
Perfect.
or written language as long as I'm touching the surface on which it's done.
21 on my perception check.
All right. We'll start with you, Car Kid. You can see several different eyes from within just the Jade Panda that seem to glance up every time that they've bowed, just to double check to make sure that you're bowing as well. Clashgar. As you said before, you were able to identify There was a race from each different character that you've seen. There was a large panda. There was a catfish. There was a fox. Shit, what was the last one?
Oh,
Tortoise.
Turtle.
Tortoise,
yeah.
turtle.
Turtle
Thank you.
enough for the Toidle Club.
Nat 20.
Turtle, turtle.
Bloody, what was your perception check on?
I just rolled a general perception. It was a nat 20, so 27 total. Do you want me to pick
No.
something?
No, because it's
Okay.
general perception. So
Yeah.
as you glanced about in between boughs, looking up and down, you can see that the working class has definitely averted their eyes most of the time when the military has gone through. They have bowed longer. They definitely seem more subservient within the crowd. You can tell that overall it is a very tense situation. Anybody that has shushed or whispered seems intent and have meant it, and not just in a movie theater way, more of a, this is a very, very serious situation.
Was it fearful or just intense? Was it like a, shh, you're gonna get us all fucked up,
It's a
or?
combination from people around you. Not everyone's been the same. You can tell that between older men, it's been much more of a serious situation. It's been more fearful to younger eyes than just older. Aaron, what was your question again?
I was just looking around to see if anybody looked like super upset by this, or like being held back by something, or anybody that was overly upset by it. So I guess that kind of got answered by.
You in particularly looked back at the catfish man back behind the grill, and you absolutely do see him wiping away not just sweat, but using his rag to wipe away tears away from his face.
Oh, catfish man, was that your brethren? Is that your fish buddy? Are they moving along now, or are they still?
At this point, you can see several executioners have been cleaning up the remains from within the stage. You can still hear the general footsteps of the military members as they begin to march off. And Carl, you intently keep an ear out, specifically waiting to hear what else is said during this parade. And you creak and you wait and you listen. And you guys can just see the banners. And at this point, you look out, and it was tough to make out the symbolism before, but you can see that it is a large green banner, and it has almost a golden yellow circle and sun placed within the middle. But you can finally see now, you can accurately see what looks like also the blade of a katana piercing through the center of that actual sun, and you can just see two solitary tears that look like red that are dripping down from the center of that yellow golden sun. Clashgar, I want you to roll a history check with advantage.
3 with advantage. That is going to be +0, so that's going to be a 14.
Did you roll with advantage?
I did. I rolled a 2 the first time.
There's something eerily familiar about the symbolism that you've seen, and you don't think that in your brain would have put two things together had you not seen so many orcs and half-orcs. And you can distinctively remember the blood orcs having a very, very similar banner. Not a katana, but definitely a large blood-dripping scimitar. You just kind of shake it off in your mind.
I drop the little bless you. I dropped the crab rangoon that I took off the table in the middle of the ceremony in recognition. Just kind of deep in thought.
And Carl, I want you to roll a perception check with advantage.
Perception. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see off to the right of the stage a man dressed in typical Hakana seems to be speaking and addressing the crowd. And while it's still hard to hear from the distance that you're in, you can pick up that it's some sort of commencement speech, some sort of anniversary of a date.
Carl, don't you have the thing where if you see people's lips, you can read them, like I do? I thought you did too.
What was this? Is that a feat?
It's
Well, let's just go ahead now. I'll give the information.
observant, yeah.
Based off of your distance and where you're at, I'm going to give you a good chunk of the information that you're piecing it together, that you can hear that it's some sort of commencement, an anniversary of a historical date. You can hear mention over and over again. You can pick up on the words rule of law. You even hear crystals mentioned. You pick up phrases about the economy of the old and the ways of the new. You even hear the phrase Emperor Mayaka Ama, Miyake space AMA.
Underline that one.
Am I to assume that the Emperor was the very fancy man samurai?
That is your current assumption, if it is.
Okay.
And
Is that all I hear?
as you grab those bits and pieces, you can hear a general salute from the military as many of the flags are hoisted higher in the air, and the entire crowd goes down into a bow again. As slow drums go off, and you can see the very regal and well-armored figure that you presume could be the Emperor begin to make his way up the People Bridge that has reformed itself back up to the hand of that samurai statue in the center of town. I need to know if everyone is staying bowed and trying to peek, or if they're currently standing up and bucking that trend.
I think I would definitely stand up. I would probably just be too curious trying to get a better look at that banner and try and follow them closely, not even realizing what I'm doing.
I'm peeking.
I'm generally, I go with the traditions, and I would probably feel that this is a tradition of the people of this land, so I would probably bow. That's trying to stay respectful for what I think is going on.
I'm peeking.
I would
Bowing,
think
but peeking.
Buford probably never stood up. He probably just stayed sitting the whole time. So it just looked like when he bowed, everybody just kind of...
All right, so you're gonna say that you've been sitting the entire time.
Yeah.
All right. Lockhart is just gonna remain bowing. And as the ceremony seems to finish, as it packs up and you can slowly hear the drums begin to fade away, the emperor figure disappear within that statue, and that stage begin to unfold by handfuls of workers around them. You can see that everyone has not stopped bowing until a large ringing of bells echoes out within the city. And then it seems like everyone goes right back into doing exactly what they were doing, as if they had never seen a thing.
I just kind of look at the group and go, what the fuck was that all about?
I pick up my crab rangoon, sadly, and just say, I have no idea, but that banner, did anybody catch that? That looks awfully familiar. Probably nothing.
I can tell you this, Class God, that wasn't the symbol of Mudang Dong when I was here 40 plus years ago.
Well, it seems like a lot has changed in 40 plus years.
From one of the people that shushed me, can I turn to them and be like, so can you explain to me now what that is about?
And they lean back over. And they slide up to your ear. It is obvious that you are new here. You need to be respectful. It is the Emperor that you have seen. People have died for less from what you have done in here. They turn and go back into their meal.
Is the one that was up close and personal to me, shushing to me, is he still there, or did he go about his business?
Give a perception check.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah, you can still see that they're in the general vicinity of the Jade Trash Panda.
I'm gonna grab my drink and I'm just gonna take Clash Scars. Just as he's sitting there, I'm just gonna grab his drink and walk off towards the
Like his pre-drink, like
yeah,
partially.
yeah. I'm just gonna grab it.
Yeah, I'm deep in thought trying to puzzle this one out. I'm like the thinker statue. Just
I'm even in DM mode. I'm like, you so nasty.
Said backwash.
You grossed me out even in my own imagination.
Which is pretty impressive considering all the shit that we've done.
There are definitely tusk scratches on that mug.
Freaking about to get half orc mono up in here.
So I'm gonna top it off with my drink.
heavy,
Make sure it looks full.
I don't
make
even
sure
know what he's been. I can't remember what he's been drinking.
Have you guys been drinking different things?
Oh, mine's just a straight
Lemon drop?
barley wine ale.
Well, we were drinking a lot of that sake that I had ordered as well.
It's the number two barley wine ale.
And then you were probably drinking sake then, so you just mixed sake with the ale.
Well, no, I had taken some shots. I don't know if I ever had an actual drink.
So this is like the old school suicide from the fountain soda. It's like,
We're gonna let you roll with advantage because all these interactive rolls. There's gonna be a series of advantages. Go ahead and give me a mixology.
Survival.
We're just gonna go ahead and we'll use survival. Let's go ahead and use survival to see if you mix the right things together.
Okay. 22, 18 and a 12. Let's go.
nice.
You have a 10?
You managed to pair up the same beverages with the same beverages and not make this a Mudang Dong suicide.
So I just grab some stuff and I just walk over, 2 cups in hand, and head towards the table of wherever the gentleman was that intimately shushed me multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to let him walk away like that by himself?
Wait, what? Wait, where's my drink?
It's going that way with the bird.
God damn. You know what? Yeah, let him go.
Back to thinking.
Go back to thinking.
So I just walk over and is there room at the table? Is he sitting, walking, standing somewhere, conversing with people?
Currently,
I want to survey the situation. What he's
currently
doing.
sitting at a table with, they both look business class in nature, finely dressed. Both appear to be in their mid 40s to early 50s, well groomed, clean shaven.
And the Aarakocra here are typically in servitude, from what we've seen.
You haven't seen Aarakocra.
Haven't seen Aarakocra. Oh, I thought we had.
We've seen an owl.
It was the animals.
No,
owls,
you've seen
foxes, pandas.
you've seen. Yeah.
Okay.
Who
And I
knows?
just approach. May I join you, fine gentlemen here? I've come bearing drinks.
The one who shushed you looks over. I have not ordered drinks from you.
No, I know you didn't. This is just a generosity, a token of gratitude for keeping me in line during your cultural customs that I'm not familiar with.
Oh, here. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
It's gonna be good.
It's fitting. 3.
Oh.
As he looks and he smiles at you for a second and begins to converse in a language that you don't understand, slightly under his breath to his companion. He looks back up with you at disgust and goes to actually swat your drinks out of your hand. I need you to make a contested strength roll.
Strength or dex?
I said contested strength roll.
But could it be Dex?
9.
That was a pleading if I ever heard one.
Yep. He does.
Door knockers.
His hand comes up and knocks both of the cups out of your hand. Part of it splashes back up into your chest. They drop to the ground. You can tell that this has gathered a decent amount of attention. You can feel the eyeballs within your interaction as he scoffs off a few comments in languages you don't understand as well and looks back to you, goes, leave this table now. It insults me.
Do I understand what he says in the other language? Can I hear them?
No.
I certainly did not mean to cause any grief. I was just trying to.
As you stand up and keep talking, he gets up and begins to reach for a blade on his side. And his companion gets up. You guys haven't told me what you guys are doing.
I guess I would have watched him from
I would have kept an eye on him.
Nobody did.
Okay.
So you guys. You guys are.
I said, like, are we just gonna let him walk away? So
you can. You
okay,
were the only person
I would
that
definitely keep an eye on him because I was gonna do the whole put a hand on his to be like, no, shush.
Nobody else chimed in, so you were allowed to. You're the only one that can roll on any perception check of what's been going on. So give me a roll.
14.
14. You haven't heard much of the conversation that's gone down, but you can see the situation has escalated when the cup is slapped, or the cups are slapped out of Kark's hands, and it currently appears to be a stand down between the older business class gentleman and his friend, and you can tell at this point. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna smack who's ever next to me, probably Buford, and be like, we have a problem. And get up.
I put my hands up. I do not want trouble. What is that? And I use minor illusion to create a small little fiery, like swirly effect on their table where they spilled the drinks. Like a zzz, like one of those little firecrackers.
The drinks were spilled on you.
Oh, well, wherever their drinks are on the table. Like, those little firecrackers that go zzz, and then fly up in the air?
What's that? Run away.
Oh, God.
I want you to roll a persuasion check.
Straight persuasion?
Yeah.
Any better?
Oh, that's a natural 18. No benefits, but it's just 18.
It's not bad.
And as you continue to stumble talking to them, they turn and look as you point to their table, as you make a small amount of fireworks that also causes more of a reaction inside the Jade Trash Panda, as now several people you have attention as sparks and fireworks have gone off.
And I just turn around and walk away really quickly and just kind of like dive in between people.
And everyone turns and looks up, and it's the face of Aaronye that looks and goes, I knew this would happen. As Lockhart goes, do you seriously always send him? Like every time to be the voice of diplomatic reason?
No, he is just usually the one stupid enough to go talk to people.
Do those, does that table follow him, or do they just sit back down?
No, they don't follow. They're currently just standing and looking very displeased.
I'll give him the old stink eye back with taking extra big puffs of my cigarette, so it's the smoke kind of billows around my face.
DFN doing the.
Yeah, he's like, who?
I would ask to roll a stealth check, but I'm pretty sure I'm a bird in the middle of a bunch of non-bird people.
Yep.
How tall are you?
Pretty short. I'm like 4. I'm under 5 feet.
You're a tiny little bird. Oh, goodness. I didn't know you were so small.
No,
Yeah,
like
I'm
real
4
life.
4'8", 90 pounds. I'm a little guy.
Just,
Oh, goodness.
yeah. If
You're
you guys,
shorter than I am.
You guys didn't know Tyson's actually 4'3" in real life as well.
So I sit on this high chair.
Dude, in the reveal stream, you just kick out the 2 milk crates that you're standing on.
I'm like Tom Cruise in every movie, always on milk crates.
But yeah, as long as they're not following, I just kind of keep an eye on for a little bit, and then I go back to the table.
Yep.
And I just kind of, just being the short bird, I am kind of weave my way in and out of people, try to make my way back. Well, guys, they don't like me here.
No.
I don't think they're fond of birds, or beer, or ales. I was just trying to say hello, and it went poorly. But yeah, I'm gonna sit.
sorry, my friend, that they did that to you. It is not appropriate.
I'll pull some napkins to kind of help wipe them off.
I'm kind of like a duck. You know,
He's got solid plumage.
it just
Kinda shakes.
beads up,
He's
rolls
real
off.
greasy.
Was he talking to animal people or like
No,
regular
humanoid.
looking people? They were humanoid?
Mhm.
Okay.
Rob, what is the fish boy doing?
Still cooking up a storm.
He doesn't get to take a break or anything?
Fish ain't getting no breaks.
It's the busy ass lunch shift. Generally, the people at the grill don't take off in the middle of a busy ass lunch.
No,
I will say I'll keep an eye on that table just to make sure if they get up to tell anybody anything, or like if they're gonna make their way towards guards, things like that.
Yep.
Are there guards?
I'm not quite sure, my friends, but judging by the folks we've seen in servitude and the general working class around here, fairly certain my kind might be looked down upon, perhaps, in this region.
I know this must be shocking to you, Garket. Your kind actually being looked down upon?
I don't quite understand what you're referring. Oh, it's because we're usually flying. I get it. Took me a second because it was so not funny.
I think it's reverse racism.
I think
Hearing some laughter, I just look up from thinking, hey, did you take my drink? I've not noticed anything that's happened up until this point.
Yeah, I did, and they knocked it out of my hand.
Wait, what?
It's over there.
Where?
See that? I just kind of stand up and point over at the table.
Garket, do not stand up and point.
Them over there, those assholes.
Hush it down. Like, you do not need to point.
Well, that seems rude. And I will stand up and go.
And I grab him, pull him down.
She tries.
I also would assist. Carl has the gauntlets now. She could whoop your ass.
well,
Right.
strength contest. Carl, you have advantage.
Sometimes it's just fun to instigate.
If he goes over there, I will follow him because I want to be.
It's
part
so
of this.
fun to instigate. We're possibly going to kill these
God.
civilians.
Did you get a natural?
Let's be honest, if it's a fight.
I got a natural 1.
Oh!
Like the little girl that you are, you sit down.
I mean, you've been drinking, so maybe you're a little tipsy.
No, I'm stronger.
Yes. Now with those gauntlets.
As you slip a little bit on that thatch floor, as you get up, you fall down back into your seat. But the strength and gauntlets of both Zephyr and Aaronye holding on to your other shoulder, you actually try to get back up off the seat, and you just don't have the leverage as they're pinning you into your own seat.
You need to sit. We have not had ample time to rest. It is not the time for a bar fight, and I can't believe that I'm the one saying this.
I don't know what ample means, but you're lucky all my blood is in my brain, so I can't use my muscles at the moment because I've been thinking very hard.
Good job.
Not how that.
Has that table done anything with Car Kid pointing over them like the drunk girl at the bar?
They have actually sat back down after standing for several minutes in a stare down and looking even over at you, Bloody Buford. They have sat back down
That's right.
for their meal.
That's right, bitches.
I'll look at Clash Guard.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. Nope.
No,
good.
you go.
Nope, you go.
No, you, me, you.
You go.
I will look at Clash Guard. I'll say, you're talking about the brain, or the blood in your brain. What's got you, pondering thoughts over there? Not usually your sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember a thing, and it's very hard. And now I can't even swirl a cup around like I'm one of those think-a-lot people who do stuff a lot with their brain. They're very skinny, weak folk. Wizards, that's it. Yeah, wizards do that a lot. They like to ponder and, swirl drinks. I thought that might help, so I looked for my drink. What's their problem?
This is my fault for looking for all of you on Craigslist.
I saw it on the post in the town.
Yes, Craigslist. So,
Yeah, Craig.
it's literally
Good guy.
Craig's Tavern. He's got a large list out in front. Ugh. Shite.
So that was super clear. What got you thinking though? Anything? What caught your fancy, mate?
Well, I saw those banners and, well, it just reminds me of something from long ago. I just can't quite place it, but something's off about everything. Something smells fishy and it's not the cook.
That is a strong odor coming from the kitchen, but
Oh. Well, in that case, let me take a couple more pieces off of that sushi boat.
So, I'm Lockhart. Last time you were here, it was, as you said, 40 plus years ago. I'm just going to assume that maybe at that time, animals were not, in servitude, or I'm not sure if that's what's going on here, but it certainly seems like they're in the low end of the totem pole.
That would be correct, Master of Words. It seems to be a little different here than the last time I was training in Mudang Dong. It certainly appears that there's a strict class system.
I would agree with that said statement.
From what I have observed,
Well, I'd ask you all to not to let me get taken into captivity. I know you, Lockhart, have just dealt with the same things, so...
it's not the greatest time in the world, so maybe try not to wander off and talk to strangers like you usually like to do.
At that moment, I want to get up and wander off and talk to strangers. I was wanting to talk to the fish, and I feel like this is a good moment.
I will follow her just because of what was just said. And but before I leave, I'll go, Cocky, I don't think that needs to really be said. I mean, got your quirks, but I really don't think you'd make a good slave. So...
Look at him, he can fly. He'd fetch a high price.
But they would have to mute him first, I feel.
It's not hard to do.
I mean, you can cut anyone's tongue out. That is not a hard.
Really? And I pull a dagger out and I kind of look at you. Too much work. I put it back.
I think what we're kind of saying is, Karkid, you need to be very, very, very more careful than what you usually are, because people hate you.
Yeah, that's pretty blunt, but that makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. I want to write B.
I think it would be a good idea after we get arrested to maybe find out the current status of the culture here.
Yes.
See if I can reach out to an old contact or two.
Would that old contact have a place for us to stay, perhaps?
Are you okay?
It popped, and it really hurts. I'm good. Keep going.
Well, I'm not gonna say that we are assured any space in a room from a friend from 40 years ago. I'd say it's best for us to try to get a room here first from one of the public houses.
Do we have any robes left that perhaps I could, I don't know, cover some feathers, hide myself a little bit?
You're not gonna hide the fact that you're an Arakakra.
What about maybe Aranye can perhaps shift me in a sort of way to not draw as much attention. Maybe look like I don't know, a Buford brother.
That's awkward, mate. Okay.
I'm curious as to why you want to look like Bloody Buford.
Oh, I mean, no reason in particular. He's just a very attractive man, and he seems to conjure a certain amount of respect wherever he goes.
It's clearly for the benefits. I read his journal. Just kidding. I can't really read that good. I mainly look at it through his sketches.
Well,
No, the man's got a point. Let's go ahead and I have a disguise kit and I start to try to make him look like me.
In the middle of the... You're gonna...
God.
I'm just gonna, like, pat them and then walk off, like, towards the kitchen.
Well, the first thing you do, you set your old hat up on top of Karkid's head, effectively starting the transition into him looking like Darkwing Duck.
Yes, that's what I want.
And thanks to a series of interactive rolls, there was the 20 that came in yesterday. There was a couple that came in earlier. You now effectively look exactly like Darkwing Duck. To a T, as an Arakakra, you even have the Donatello-like mask, like pulled across, like I don't even know what you would call that. That just goes across the eyes, purple.
Domino mask.
Yes, you have that currently.
Before I leave,
with a
I want to
trench
be
coat.
like, Karkid, you should probably talk a little bit different as well.
Oh, would this be a better way to talk while I am here? Would this better suit you all?
Yes, that's perfect. Perfect, Karkid.
This is my disguise voice. I will use this the rest of the time that we are here, and I am disguised like this.
Right.
You should also remember, like his wings are all covered up and everything, I guess. You can still see his beak, right?
He's got his wings folded into his trench coat. Looks like he's got some sort of growth going on back there.
He looks like Quasimodo.
He's got a little bit of a quasi going on, but they're hidden.
I'll kind of walk like with a
beak still, right?
with a hunch
Fuck
and like
yeah,
a little
you
bit of a
still see
limp.
his beak out.
He's a thick Darkwing Duck.
Thick duck.
I'll walk with a bit of a limp.
Just remember, maybe you shouldn't try to talk to anyone because we can still tell you're a bird.
Oh
Bird.
no, I am not going to talk to anyone. From here on out, I'm just going to take notes and acquire information.
But it's the inquiring information part that I'm a little bit worried about.
No, you misunderstand. I'm going to let you all inquire about stuff, and I'm just going to take notes.
Great. I like this plan. Good idea.
Do I look like Buford? I have his hat. I feel confident in myself and my ability to talk, but I'm not going to.
You look fantastic.
Right, mate.
Oh, thank you,
Yep.
my friend.
You look more land dweller-ish, for sure.
All
I'll
right.
kid up and follow Aaron to wherever she's going. Because after seeing what happened with Car Kid, I refuse to let somebody walk away.
I'm not a bird, though.
A battle
No,
buddy.
we're gonna have this going down at the same time. You're actually going to address
Okay.
Car Kid first, while Aranye makes her way up to the hibachi in the center. As you walk up, you can see several other much smaller fish of varying different degree. You can actually see many what look like grass carp, small fish humanoids, and your catfish friend with his sweet head bandana, still attending, making several tickets frantically.
Is there one of them that maybe looks like they're going on break, or
No one is going on break in the middle of lunch right now.
I'm just gonna. Is there like a chair? Like, is the hibachi? Do they have chairs around it?
Yes, there are seating around it. It's very, very packed at the moment, but there is a spot for one in between two women.
All right, I'll squeeze in that spot there. What do my chair buddies look like? Besides ladies.
They're actually much older, much older. Appear to be in their 70s and 80s. Finely dressed, hair put up, tied together with sticks and tight buns. Lots of powder, heavy sense of perfume.
Pardon-moi, may I sit here?
And
I just addressed one of them.
turns and looks, and they nod back at you.
Oh, no persuasion for that shit. This is bullshit, DM.
I'm not a crappy bird.
Yeah, it's not a bird.
It's a new app, Crappy Bird. Instead of Flappy.
Yeah.
Gotta poop on all the statues.
And I just want to sit there and listen and, watch the fish for the current little bit. Just kind of wait for it to slow down. Wait for the lunch rush to get over with.
All right. Gonna sit intelligently through lunch now in your new seat. All right. Anybody back at the table?
Is this an inn as well, or is it just a
This
restaurant?
looks like a open air pagoda with a lot of customers.
Is there an inn nearby? Maybe do a perception check or investigation?
No, I mean, you're not going to be able to within the side of the restaurant.
Okay. I will wait.
So, it's a good idea for us to get some rest. I remember a place not too far off City Square that's not a complete shithole. We'll see if it's still around.
I think that's a great idea.
I do too. Because after this meal, I'm getting a little fat and sassy. But I wouldn't mind sending a pigeon out to see if I can fetch an old friend. Maybe they can meet us after a nice healthy nap.
You have pigeons?
I don't, but they used to in Mudang Dong.
Do we get to go catch a pigeon?
It's already pre-caught. Usually the inn maker had it. They can send them.
Oh.
It's a fancy
Or-
establishment, but they don't have any.
Or
No
we could
food.
just choose to send Car Kid over here.
I was actually very impressed that you were not referring to me as a pigeon, but now I take back my internal sentiments toward you because you brought it to where I thought you were going to begin with. I hate you.
Well,
That
it
was
was
really
more
good.
of a referendum on you talking to new people, and not so much of you being a smaller bird. But I get why
So-
you can confuse the two.
So let me say this out loud. You want to send me to a
No,
place.
Car
and
Kid. I take 2 pieces of sushi and I put them in my fucking ears.
Rob, I forgot to ask, are the ladies next to me humanoid?
Yep.
Are most of the people around me humanoid besides the workers?
Every single customer that is sitting in a seat being served is a human except for Car Kid.
Wow.
Just a thumb that sticks out. He's like a boner in sweatpants.
Dobby's a free elf.
Oh man.
I gotta send a pigeon to find a guy.
I got a pigeon guy.
I mean, I could certainly go try to find this place.
I think it's best if we all go together.
Yep. Seems safe, especially with you, mate.
Agreed. I'll say this much. It's kind of strange. I haven't seen any crystals around the city. Used to be
Where there
crystals. There were crystals everywhere. They powered the city the same way. Not much different than Skyguard.
Like,
It's almost like we've gone back in time.
Carl, your face.
Rob, is that like how most places are powered throughout the kingdom or area? Or is that like only bigger cities? Or would I even know that?
In general, most places within the realms have been powered by these energy crystals. The Whale-Graildian Empire is one that has taken a stance against its wild magic properties and have claimed that we need to more scientifically dissect their power. You can tell that you're in the first time you're in an area that seems much more Whale-Graildian than it does anything else. But unlike that empire and the stories you heard about how they tried to harness crystals and magic, here it just seems fucking old school and almost feudal.
Can I turn to one of the ladies that seems not as busy, whichever one doesn't seem as busy?
You
Eating.
glance to your left. You wait for the perfect time when they're just wiping away with the napkin after eating. Here's your window of opportunity.
Pardon-moi, I am new to this area and was a bit surprised about the parade and the everything that went down there. May I ask a few questions?
Kind of leans over and looks.
Could I put on my best innocent, confused face?
You look very new here.
I...
You look very new.
that exact face!
As you up and down.
That's the exact face that's made that we just saw in GIF. You look very new here.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I think it is just the pufferfish that I ate. One eye slowly begins to shut in a very Kenny Rogers bad Botox way. Uno, there's your nat 20 from earlier that you wanted from yesterday.
It's a Kenny Rogers reference.
He had some bad Botox, man. She looks back over you. Roll a persuasion check. Does it really look that bad?
21. It's you look okay. It's fine. It is fine. Perhaps not eat any more of that fish though.
My tongue is going numb.
Perhaps we should perhaps call somebody. I don't have.
No, no. It will pass.
I run over with an EpiPen. Jack cramp.
No, it is my burden.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw. 19. Oh, my eye still fucked up, but my tongue better.
That's very good to hear. Goodness, is the food always so dangerous around here?
The juice is always worth the squeeze.
If I may ask, what exactly was that parade for? It was.
Oh. Roll another persuasion check.
Uh, 19.
19. And slowly you can see the cramped and stuck Kenny Rogers face eventually fade away. And she leans in to talk to you a little bit closer. You do not know. It is the anniversary of the Emperor's conquest. Looks back very confused that you don't know this.
We are very new to this area. In fact, this is my first time in this lovely city.
Welcome to Mudang Dong.
Thank you so much.
And she looks back over and she goes, City of Bells.
Not doggers, but bells.
She looks over and leans at you and she just goes, no. We hear it all the time.
Well, it is a very beautiful city. So the Emperor's conquest, he came into power in this area and is the ruling monarch.
Oh, there is no monarch. He is the Emperor. It's the anniversary of his conquest. Many years ago. He restored our economy, changed our way of life in Mudang Dong.
Oh, how did he do that? I kind of just like, tell me a story, Grandma.
And she smiles and looks back. I need to be getting back. I do not have much time left from lunch. Thank you for conversation. And she nods her head and begins kind of putting up the rest of her things.
Madam, before you go, so I know, what is this emperor's name so I can know what amazing person is called?
Mayaka Ama is his name.
And was he that's very imposing fellow on the platform?
Yes, he was. And she begins to gather her stuff, and she actually, as you look, you can see, actually makes eye contact back over with the catfish man behind the grill, and she actually bows to him as she puts up the rest of her stuff.
Oh.
And gives a small bow to you, and then begins to make her way back out of the restaurant.
Bow back. Well, I'll glance over to the party, I guess, see if what people are doing back at my table.
You look back and you can see Car Kid dressed as Darkwing Duck, them finishing off the rest of the beverages, Lockhart
Man.
having a tense conversation with Zephyr, Clashgar still held in his seat with one hand from Zephyr at the same time.
You just see me waving at you.
Can I stop a server and be like, excusez-moi, is there a inn or place nearby I can get some rest at? I'm new to the city.
There's actually no servers around you at the moment. As you can tell that things are slowly starting to wind down.
Ah, well then I'll ask a fish. Fishing for answers.
New sentence.
Don't be coy now.
Boo!
Alright, guys, it was a great night. We'll see you next week.
Interactive natural one roll. Doesn't pay a lick of attention to you and begins gathering up his utensils as he begins to order the rest of his staff as they pack up from
Well,
lunch.
carp.
Hook, line, and sink.
Stop it. Break up.
Way to be a bass.
Alright.
You're killing me, Smalls. As you head back to the table, meet up with the rest of the group.
So that woman over there said that was Emperor Miyake Ama, and that was the man on the platform. And they were celebrating the anniversary of his conquest.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from listening to the other guy that was on the platform at the end. Not the really fancy guy, but like the other not as fancy guy.
It was much more of a republic when I was here the last time. There was no ruling emperor of Mudang Dong. Mayaka Ama is new to me.
Oh, hey, Aaron Ye. Do you like my new hat? Do you like Buford dressed me up?
It's a good-looking fedora you got there, Car Kid.
No, I was asking Aaron Ye. You've been here. I was asking Aaron Ye.
You look very handsome, Garkid.
Okay, thank you very much.
The way you are speaking as well makes you sound very intelligent.
Oh, this is my disguise voice. They told me perhaps I should not speak like myself, so we are speaking like this, so I don't sound quite like myself.
I see, it is very wise.
I take one of the pieces of sushi out of my ear and I eat it because I'm not down to waste.
Lockhart, you have a
I'm using
you
a
have a
sleight of
sushi.
hand. Yes, everyone can see it.
You have sushi in your ear. It is not where that goes.
I reach over and grab the other one and I eat it.
You fished it
Oh.
out, do you?
It's delicious.
They go, well, that was something. All right.
Ugh.
I need everyone to make a perception check.
I thought you were gonna say Constitution saving roll.
Yeah.
That's the name of the role.
He's been bathed. Perhaps if it was before our bath.
Natural 20.
Nice.
What up?
Nice.
Oh shit! Where'd it go?
I-
Oh.
You can see as lunch is winding down, you can see several of the half-orcs dressed in well-fit samurai armor begin to post up at every exit, not blocking anyone from going through, but you can definitely tell they're observing. And several individuals are leaving the establishment. You actually glance back at the gentleman that Car Kid talked to. They remain. And due to several interactive roles, you're able to ascertain that it looks like it's mainly more working class humanoids that seem to all be readying to leave. Aaron, yeah, you can glance back and look at the two women that you set through. The woman that you spoke to hurried off and left. The one on your right was the one who took off and left. The one on the left is still there.
I'll look to the group, say, I think we might want to kind of blend in with the crowd, sneak out, and when I say that, I'll cast Pass Without Trace on us. And say, let's get all, let's just maybe blend in with the crowd or something.
Right. I think it's time that we get some rooms and maybe do a little bit of reconnaissance.
I go ahead and cast Bless on all of us. Just in case.
Hashtag bless.
Hey,
Please.
I'll take a hashtag bless. As I as I go to score, like one of the last pieces of spicy tuna left underneath that boat, just kind of digging, you know, the remains of whatever's left of yum yum sauce and wasabi paste, just that last swipe in. Lockhart begins to fan out and take care of the bill for the meal. There was an inn not far from here. We should try to see if it's still located there.
There was a saying where I'm from. Let's make like a bird, get the flock out of here.
That saying should stay where you're from, mate.
That is a very good saying. I am liking you more and more, Carkid.
You should write those down, bud.
I cast suspicious looks between Aaron and Karkin.
And as we gather our things, we glance about, and it does. It seems like within a restaurant that was full of almost 100+ people, there's maybe 10 or 15 that are left inside, slowly drinking, and everyone else that is left is very finely dressed. As you guys make your way through out the main entrance, Klashgar, you exchange looks in the faces. These war-torn half-orcs, well decorated in armor.
I'm just definitely not suspicious of them, but definitely eyeing them very, very closely. Just give them the slightest of head nod as I walk by them.
Look back and you can see the yellow in their eyes. You guys are able to walk freely outside of the pagoda. Klashgar, I want you to roll a perception check.
It's another natural 20, Rob.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Two-minute roll. Hello, hello.
As you walk out of the pagoda of the Jade Trash Panda, you turn back to look around and just kind of observe the scene. You can see beside the actual katanas on either side of that half orc that you walk through, you can actually see a very, very familiar, jagged, ebon-looking scimitar strapped to their side. And that is where we will cut for a quick break.
Oh.
Wait.
Mike, do you know what he's talking about? You look confused there for a moment, it sounds like.
Just looking for that note in his pocket.
Context, as a player, context clues have given me a very specific reason why I would break it. Klashgar is not me, though.
Klashgar is not you. Klashgar is... But all his blood is in his brain right now.
He's very... Yeah, I'm just being led because of...
Oh, goodness. Wanted to talk to a fish.
Oh, hey, while we're on a break...
I'm sure you'll get a chance to talk to a fish.
If anybody showed up late, I'm very, very proud of this shirt. I've sent it 3 times now tonight. It is very soft.
My dragon. I am. I'm gonna blame the nat ones. That's what it was. It wasn't my puns. It was the nat one.
And we've only
They
used
punished me.
We've only used one of the nat ones too.
Oh no! We're so doomed.
No. Rob, say it's not so.
There was a ton of interactive rolls just flying in all at once, so I gave maximum information on every check that I could drop.
I'm too scared to use it now because last time I rolled a 1. I don't want to.
By the way, my Klashgar dice is not even my lucky blue dice. My Klashgar dice have given me 220.
I will be right back.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, this beauty.
Yes, we all have our fancy dice.
Fancy dice.
And Carl's has hers.
And then I don't know if you guys saw, but I got my super secret present from dear chat.
Super secret.
Fancy spider. Super fancy.
I got Tyson an amazing thing, and
One of those hand squeeze things to help this grip strength.
yeah.
What are you doing?
It's that like the little hand pump thing where you like squeeze it. What is it called? It's like an exercise your hand.
It's a grip.
I don't know what you call it. It's a strength thing.
Rip.
It's in one of these totes that I have. I haven't unpacked. It used to be on my bookshelf. Also, while we're talking about random things, Chad, I might have you paint this.
Jeez.
So many things to paint.
I don't know if you can even paint it, but I was at a half-price books store.
Nice.
And I was in the clearance section, and this thing, and I don't know how this is even a thing, and it was $1, and it was in a plaster mold, and you literally had to like archaeology dig your way to the center. And I was like, usually there's dinosaur bones or something, but no, it's a freaking knight in full armor standing at attention. And I was like, what is the purpose of this concept? I don't know why this would ever be in a plaster mold. Like, those two ideas and worlds are not the same. But I love it so much, and it even comes off this stand and everything. Oh, it's
nice.
It took me like half of a day to actually like go through, brush all the stuff off of it.
Focus.
I will. I mean, I can look at it and see if I can paint it.
Yeah, it was $1, so
It was $1.
you can just spray paint it, and I would be very happy.
It is.
Also, for the chat, to clear things up, I am not Carl. I am the Short Nord. And this
That's
is
the
Carl.
best thing.
Hello.
That happens quite a bit. I just want to make sure the chat is clear because I know a few people added Carl. That was a great moment for Clash Star to
Nice.
do this, Carl. And I was like, she doesn't care.
It's fine. Half the people in different streams think I'm a dude, so it's whatever.
I mean, your name is
Wait.
Carl.
Wait, you're not?
Oh, you never know.
Our relationship is a sham. I'm out.
Oh man, fun times. What are you eating, Tyson? Is that Kit Kat bar?
Turkey sausage.
Turkey sausage. I think you said cookie sausage at first. Like, what the fuck?
Turkey sausage. The only thing I had.
Healthy choices.
I'm running low on food.
So you have to like scavenge for turkey? Gotta do that meal prep.
Yeah, I didn't go grocery shopping this weekend, so rough life.
What you get?
That's how
We're going-
Tyson gained 5 pounds.
Eating turkey
camping.
jerky.
Friday, hopefully. Be on the lake all weekend.
Or you could be cool and come to Rob's bar and hang out with Chad and me and get your presents that have been sitting there forever.
Well,
Just saying.
If I don't go camping, I will do that.
I mean, nothing done with me has ever been described as cool, but yeah.
All right. Everybody ready?
I had a question, and now I can't remember it because I looked at something else and got distracted. Let me tell you.
When your character traits meld into your own.
If you think of it, just let me know. After getting yo grub on, walking out of the main entrance of the Jade Trash Panda, you once again catch the glimpse and the sheer beauty of the gardens and cherry blossom trees and just the well manicured and organized nature of the city. It's substantially cleaner and more well kept than any place that you have been in any recent time. The rest of the group follows Lockhart as he makes his way through a winding path to come to a very small, almost cottage-like building, not too far from the city center. As you look up to the top where you can see the sign, you can actually see just a very lackadaisical, lazy sloth hanging from one side of a cherry blossom branch and with a rice paddy hat as it dangled down picking some sort of fruit. Looks up and goes, "Good to see some things never change." As he slowly walks in to the front thatch door of this small cottage, shucking his shoes over to the corner. Do you guys do anything on the way over in the conversation?
Yeah. Still walking, Buford will look to Aaron and go, "Hey, so just me, or is it kind of weird that car kid wants to look like me? Wants to say things that you say, like, you know, those silly little puns that, you know, am I overthinking it, or is it weird? it makes I feel a little self-conscious. I don't know."
Buford, you do not have to worry. You do not have to worry about Cockett. I find it cute that he is impersonating you, but there's nothing more than that. And I kind of like pinch his little chin and be like, "Do not worry."
Ignoring that, not talking to Clashgar.
Ooh, Klashkar, I saw you staring at those
Oh, goodness, I forgot that was you in there.
Oh, yes. It is me,
Hello.
your friend.
Yes, what is it, car kid?
Do you know them back there? They very much look like you do. And I was just curious if they were maybe your distant cousins or relatives, maybe?
Not all half-orcs know each other, Karkin.
Well, there's
Rocket, you're being racist again.
there's not very many left from what he's told me, so I just didn't know if maybe he knew them.
You see Car Kid's demeanor just kind of change immediately, or Clash Card's demeanor change immediately of just kind of semi. There's something amiss. I know that they just remind me of the old Blood Orcs, and there's just too many things adding up, and I don't like where this road is taking us. And if my hunch is correct, sorry, not hunch. If my thoughts are correct, which they usually aren't, then I think that we may be in some trouble here.
What are your thoughts?
Well, my clan and many clans up north were routed out of the northern pass by the Blood Orc, and that symbol on the banners and the swords that they're carrying are near identical to what I battled against and my people. So it's a common way for a scimitar to look, but that symbol on the banner just seems odd that it's so closely related, and so many half-orcs in one place. Just, I don't like it.
Do you think that perhaps maybe these are the orcs that maybe, hurt you all the way they did?
Well, it could be, but they could have splintered off from the thousands that swarmed over our region. They could be a separate clan, maybe loosely related. I'm not sure, but definitely worth investigating.
Do you think they recognized you?
No, I was quite younger back then. Didn't have the gray in the beard, and wasn't.
Did you
quite
have air?
Yeah, I breathe air.
No. Did you have hair?
Oh, yes, all over my chest and back, but I've lost it.
You had back hair and you lost it?
Yeah, it was very luscious, but as they say, orcs get older, they lose their chest and back hair. It's a male thing, male pattern.
Is that what they say?
Yes, I think I have heard that.
Male pattern,
yes.
chest and back loss. Hair loss.
It was one of the first things he told me. Look, Aaron, yeah, I wrote it right here. It was one of the very first things we talked about.
You know what they say? Orc male pattern chest and hair back. It's like this long description.
Yes, I mean, it's clearly wrote right here in my book.
Literally.
And these conversations have led you to the front door as you pass through this small thatch hut. Your eyes train on the body of a long, limber sloth back behind a very front counter, and it's actually just hanging in a small hammock as its outstretched hand seems to be able to accomplish all the tasks that it needs, whether it's just reaching over for a room key or picking up something to eat, or even checking someone in. It appears to be the most efficient setup of any single person you've ever seen run a front counter.
I mean, sloths only need to come down to poop, so it makes sense.
Random sloth fact.
Sleuth knowledge, as Sir David Attenborough would say.
Oh, these sloth gifts are life.
Is this another gentleman who is going to speak slow to us, or is that is Crockett rubbing off on me on my racial stereotypes?
You see
That's
Lockhart
profiling.
make a small bow and look across. It is good to see you, Masayoshi.
Cause you're in tights. Lock eyes.
He looks back and he rolls his eyes. It's Masayoshi.
Masa. Yoshi?
So Masayoshi.
Spelled it right.
Nice.
Yoshi.
It is good to see you haven't moved very much since the last time I saw you. Zing leans down. Oh, welcome, Lockhart.
Oh boy.
He reaches over and picks up another small grape as you see it just in slow motion as it makes its way back slowly. Turns and looks with his big eyes back over at the rest of the group. You bring friends.
Hi.
I have brought friends. It's a homecoming of sorts. The rest of them have never been to Mudang Dong before.
Bow.
Look, it's a green one. And now not even in the military. Looks back over at you. I assume you want rooms are card. We do. We can double up though. I know there's not a lot of space around here, but you were affordable back in my school days. We were. Passes back, he leans back over as Lockhart once again fits the bill as several room keys are exchanged. Masayoshi looks back at the rest of the group. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me. Reaches back down to go pull another grape. Kind of flashes you a smile.
I very much like the way you speak. It is soothing to me, and I enjoy it.
Nice fedora.
Oh, this is a loaner from a friend. I will tell him you said it is nice.
And you guys follow up Lockhart as you guys lead up to the rooms. You guys are all grouped up 2 and 2. Actually, so we got 3 rooms. Who's well, we got
Say it.
Who's paired off? Who's paired off? Who's paired off?
I grab Bloody's arm. Come on, Patty.
No.
And I kind of snort and be like, "Cock it, would you like to come with me?"
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, I was gonna stay with my friend Clashgar like normal. That's what our sleeping arrangements have been thus far.
Yeah, well, let's keep it that way. And I was kind of pushing him into the room with Clashgar.
There's so much more room here without all your bird stuff in.
His perches.
Whoever ends up being stuck in the last room, Lockhart is passed out, clothing on, already snoring face first.
That is, all you, dear. And I kind of shove Bloody Beaver towards Lockhart.
That's not what I wanted either, but
Kind of like smack your butt and be like, "Go on."
You hear a little squeaker come out.
And that's why I'm not.
Oh, it actually wakes Lockhart up. Oh, that's right. Oh, I need to get that pigeon sent off.
Farting woke you up
Yeah.
and reminded you to send a pigeon.
Yep.
I'll go with you if you need. I need to stop by the gift shop. I just need one quick item.
And I look back over at Clashcart. The pigeon's right here. I don't have to go anywhere. And you look up and you can see that there's a small cage in each room near the window. It has a small pigeon.
Good God. They're fair.
It's not like their version of a mint on a bed. It's not food.
Instead it's an Andes mint colored pigeon, and Lockhart begins to write out a small note and seal it with a small jade ribbon as it ties it on, and sends his courier pigeon out the window. There's not much of a gift shop down there, but I'm sure Masayoshi can answer any questions you have. In the meantime, I'm going to bed.
I'll look at Clasker and go, I'll go with you if you want to go look around. I need to look for a shop myself.
Yeah, I just really need to get one really quick thing, and then also a to-go box, because I owe that total some food.
I'm suggesting you guys all, as a DM, take a rest.
I was about to say something about that too.
When we wake up.
When we wake up, yep. Good night. Pat.
No, you can't make me go to bed, D&D. You can't make me go to bed. I want to stay awake.
Can't we just heal and magically and get our spells back? Come on, what kind of magic shit world is this?
I just want to kill shit and split the party and not rest. Let
And
me go,
loot!
Dad.
Don't forget the loot, Rob!
If you can't sleep, I've been reading up on my caverns.
Ooh, chat's right. Thanks for bringing lunch for fucking
Don't even know his name.
I have it written down on every day.
Yoshido.
Yoshido, yeah. I have it written down on every day's note.
Yoshido. So much for knocking on that shell, bruh.
No, I have written it down every day. We haven't had a chance.
Nope.
I have it written down every day at the beginning. Don't forget.
Someday.
I'm gonna send you the pictures of it.
As I
Pictures of it.
I do.
as we go into the room, me and Clashgar, I kind of take out my journal, cuddle up. Are there two beds, one beds? What's the sleeping arrangements in these places?
Two beds. Two beds
All
in
right,
every
so-
room.
I'll grab one of the beds, kind of light the little reading lamp, and start in my man journal. Dear journal. And I've taken off my outfit and everything, hung up the fedora properly, where if there's a hat hanger there.
You hear a large like screeching noise as I push my bed up next to his to make one super bed. Good night, car kid.
I like
Have fun journaling the day.
Dear journal, today I was looked down upon for being a bird. It did not feel good. But at the end of the day, Aranye asked me to stay with her. I do not know what that means. But it was all worth it at this point. To be continued another day.
XOXO.
And
Good night.
Yes.
before you know it, you might be smoking cigarettes in the sophomore parking lot, car kid.
That's all I write. Close her up and go to bed.
Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and go to bed. Close her up and
I'm clicking the long rest.
Right.
I'll take Zephyr's arm and be like, come on, to this room.
Okay.
Girl talk.
I'll give her, I'll push the pillows and stuff all under her bed because I know she likes lots of pillows.
Yes.
So she can nest.
Yes. Starfish. All around.
Anybody else looking to have some RP before they finish their rest?
I'll look at Lockhart and I'll say, I know things have changed in the 40 plus years you've been gone. Know of a jeweler, Jill Smith, whatever those people who make jewelry.
Don't take my family jewels. Don't take them from me.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, yep. Okay. Good night, sweet prince, and then I'll just go to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs a CPAP.
I think you need to roll him on his side so he doesn't swallow his tongue or choke on vomit.
This man has sleep apnea.
You might need to point his butt away from you though.
Nope.
If you do roll him on his side.
I
Just
just
saying.
cuddle up with Daddy Fat Nuts to go to bed.
Aw.
Daddy's actually up in the windowsill, just still like it's just been intense on this
Moonlit.
Muday Dong adventure.
It's just moonlit Daddy Fat
While
Nuts.
you slept, he learned the sword.
And it's actually not moonlit yet because we're literally going down to rest at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
That's about right.
Sometimes when you
So-
drink early in the morning,
Yeah.
you go down early.
Zephyr, you said you were in the circus before the big storm. Did you ever hear from any of your family again?
They died. So
Storm, I am so sorry.
no.
No?
No. That's why I've kind of been trying to learn everything I can about healing, and so that way things like that don't happen again. I have lost a lot, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else.
Well, it seems like you're doing a really good job. You're keeping everyone here alive. I know Buford keeps trying, but not today.
No, we're gonna keep him alive forever.
Forever!
There's something I've been meaning to ask you. You do... Oh, necromancy, right?
I dabble.
You want to teach me some?
What do you want to know?
Everything.
Well, you're going to need a goat, a dagger, dirt from a grave, a diamond that is stolen.
I pull out a boomerang, and I pull out glitter, and a pebble I found. What else did you say?
So you have the dirt and that'll be the pocket glitter, I guess, and the stone can be the diamonds, and
It's a fancy stone. It's shiny.
It is very, very shiny. Could possibly teach you how to animate dead. See if we can animate something from this.
Ooh.
Well, possibly an infestation or something. Something small first.
So like a dead cockroach in the corner or some kind of a
Do we have, a dead bug or something?
trap or something.
Investigation
Dead
check.
butterfly?
Investigation +4. 18.
Like your summer house, there's one moth that's stuck to the top of the open window that hasn't moved in a really long time. It's definitely dead and it is preserved. As you poke it a couple of times, it doesn't move.
I scoop it. And
All right. That will be our goat then, is the moth. Okay, now concentrate on the moth and think about what you want to do. You want to reinstill this moth with the life that it had. Rob, can I actually teach her something?
No.
I didn't think so, but I was trying. I do want to animate the moth. Technically it says humanoid, but can I please?
You have no tools to make zombie moth.
What a zombie moth prop! This is my D&D!
You gotta use the tools you got.
do I need to sprinkle the glitter?
Right. Now, close your eyes, Zephyr. And I want to cast Conjure Animals.
You can conjure a single moth as you do whatever you must to the previous dead moth.
I want to kind of just wave my hands over it a little bit and just go like this and then say, "Open, Zephyr," and have a moth in my hand. Or in her hands. I'll take her hands and put it in there.
And there it is. You conjured the identical moth.
Sprinkle some glitter on it.
I've done it.
Little wings.
You are a
fluttering.
quick learner.
I'm just making sure it's like alive, and I like kind of toss it in the air, and I want to make it fly.
Mother.
As it flutters away, and it actually lands up in the windowsill, eerily in the same spot, stuck there against the wall.
It is not very smart, but that was very good for your first try.
Yes.
This is the kind of magic that gets people killed.
Zombie moth? What? That...
No, I've done it before. I promise I can do it again.
It's fine.
So what's next? I don't have any more pocket glitter. I grab it and I put it back in my pocket. And I just put it in my sock.
Yes, for now, one of the main things of necromancy is that you need corpses. So I'm sure we will get in a fight sometime soon. And after that, we can,
We can save
bring them back.
We can bring them back. Okay.
Yes. And make you hundreds of fresh, smelly friends.
But they'll be alive.
Ish.
They'll be alive.
Ish.
I only hear what I'm saying.
I kind of pat her on the arm. I don't want to ruin it for her.
Don't want to tell her how necromancy works. All right.
She's too pure. I don't want to ruin her dream yet.
We'll crush those later when it gets closer to the real thing.
Yeah.
And as you guys
When she's, sobbing over somebody dead that she loves and cares about and tries to bring him back and can't.
Wait, is this a
guys
foreshadow to Buford?
finish up your conversation. You guys all slowly begin to just drift off to sleep in the mid-afternoon. About an hour and a half into sleep, Bloody Buford, you're awoke by Lockhart waking up. I had a lie on it. I had a lie on it. I had a lie on it. Shit. What are you talking to me when I fell asleep? Oh, you're asleep. Oh, you're not asleep anymore. What are you?
Nope, not anymore. But I asked you a question.
What are you asking me about a jeweler?
Yeah, I need some stuff made.
Yeah. I had a Ligon, and he just rolled over. I had a Ligon.
Okay. All right, thanks.
You can hear just a gastrointestinal fucking bomb shift through his body, but not exit.
I will walk out and knock on any door of the people that I know of and be like, just Clash Car Kid's door.
They're busy snuggling.
I'm not waking up to that.
Yep. There's no answer. I'll go over to the girl's door. I'll knock.
I mean, I have a passive of like fucking 20 something. I don't know if that's.
I'm not-
Yeah, I have a passive of 19, so
I'm not like
When you're
cop
awake.
beating down the door.
Yeah, I
I
don't know how it works
rolled
when I'm sleeping.
a 22 or no 21. I can't math.
I'll assume nobody wakes up and I'll just go back and cover my head with blankets to block out the smell
And now,
I mean,
of ear sushi.
it doesn't smell as bad as it did before, but there's definitely this high-pitched wheeze that's going on now.
Is there a window I can crack?
Windows open,
candle.
dude. That's the only thing that's keeping this breathable.
if I did get slightly woken up by a knock, but too late, like to actually do anything, I do want to go over and lock my door. If
Alright.
there's a lock.
Yeah. You creep
What
up
time
to
is it?
3:30 in the afternoon now.
I go venture out by myself. I won't do it though. I'll go back to bed. I want to so bad.
I have DFN come wake me up.
He's with me as always.
He's actually mimicking the same noises now of Lockhart.
It's awful.
Oh,
It's
no.
a,
Oh god, no! I do leave. I take it with me. He's corrupted.
We're just snoozing buddies, that's all.
Oi, 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 oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Snoozes with with Lockhart and has cool handshakes with me.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
just like me and my
My goddamn
grandpa
pet.
on Thanksgiving. We're just passing out in the recliners to the Detroit Lions game because of all the tryptophan. All right,
I'll go back to bed.
as you stare out the window and you're like, oh man, I really want to go on an adventure. Stare off out into the gardens of Mudang Dong. You can hear the bells. Sounds
You know
of the
what? I'm
city
gonna roll
entice
for it.
you.
The 19. I feel like if that's night, I'd just go. Ugh. No, I'll stay. Because I'll end up dying. I know it's how my luck. I'll end up getting stabbed in an alley somewhere.
Hey, like Harkit did.
Mm. Oh, if you die before our wedding, don't
I will bring you back in.
do not rob me of this JRPG scene that we're gonna get to have.
And Buford
I
walks
think
up.
you're more excited for the wedding than I am, Rob.
I am. I've never got to marry a player in a game before.
You married me in ESO.
For real. We're still
Yeah,
in a love triangle.
we're all in a
We're all in a-
triangle.
Marriage.
Ooh.
We're in a triangle, but I'm not polyamorous. Everyone else is. I'm not in on the joke.
part of my harem now.
Yeah, it is Carl's harem.
Oh God.
The harem for extra experience.
Real quick note on that. I always kept that ring on, and she took hers off all the time. And together, and I got actually mad in real life.
Rob was playing with me. I had to put on my other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
Am I
best.
fucking play with me?
Yeah.
Sorry, you don't want to kill peasants and steal their gold with me.
Exactly. I'm her hood rat
Rob doesn't when
boyfriend, and you're the one that goes to lunch.
Yeah. White knight.
Brunch.
I'm an internet white knight.
Yeah, I have a leather jacket, and we hang out in drainage ditches and go steal shit.
Yeah. Let's go to the fence. Hang out with some shady people. I like it.
I got an Oldsmobile Omega because I can't afford a Chevy Nova.
You have a Fiero.
Oh God, there's so many references that Chad is not gonna fucking get tonight. Glad for all the oldie but goodies that understand our shit.
All you old folks.
Dealing skooma.
So you guys all take a very, very real CaptainRoBear rest, where the sun is still up and shining through the windows, and you guys arise. Right?
Arise.
As
Arise.
darkness is descending upon the city.
Perfect. I do not have to see
moon is
that
up.
vile sun.
The moon is up in Mudang Dong. Everyone awakes. Ugh. Ugh. I look over and I give Daddy Fat Nuts a little scratch on the head, on his back. Makes his bushy little tail like sprout out. Oh yeah, I bet that feels pretty good, doesn't it, buddy? I go and do the same. I actually have to use the closet door frame to work the knots out from
Like a
between my
bear.
shoulders, just like a bear, just like I do in real life sometimes.
I'll wake up and stretch just. Good morning, kid. Well, I'm looking at my real life watch, but there's no watch there. Just
Watch.
It is the time of the day, and we should get up. Kid.
His head stuck in his feathers like a goose.
I was having the most pleasant dream.
Aw, was I in it?
You were there. Aranye was there. Zephyr was there. That is all. It was.
Empty. Oh, empty. That fanfic bin on the Discord's looking a little light. If you want to paint a picture with your words.
I'll leave it up to Indy's discretion as to what happened in my dream.
Yeah,
Oh goodness.
that's a
We've
whole
been
side episode.
shopping.
Beef your kicks through the dream wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna need to lay here for a couple minutes, Clash Guard. I'm just.
Punched.
Yeah, morning.
Nice.
I get it. Morning
Just-
hunch is a thing, man. Don't worry
There's-
about it.
It's all right. I'm just, it's a very comfortable bed, and I would just like to enjoy it for 2 to 3 more minutes.
That's an oddly specific amount of time, but I'll give you. I'm just glad I wasn't. Time. Can I do a perception check to see if there is a hole in the mattress
What?
What?
or a makeshift like Japanese love pillow that he has created?
You're saying
You mean like
little
one of
car-
those
little car cats perched?
those pillows like where they have the people drawn on them?
Full disclosure, this one whispered that in my ear.
I got enough context clues so you don't have to roll on it. Bird's just got a boner, man.
Sweet.
I believe they call those peckers.
Okay,
Bird, I get it.
In the middle of the night, you hear.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
You-
All right. Rise and shine, Clash Guard. Let's.
I'd say so.
As you gaze upon the avian tower.
The avian tower.
So, Clash, I was very tired last night, but while I have you here, in all seriousness, do you think we're in, like, is this town in danger? Or do you think that these,
Sorry, you really flipped the script on me. Hold on.
sorry, no,
He's talking to the boner right now. Don't worry.
I'm intentionally changing the subject from my bird bones.
Well,
You'll see now he is.
well,
The very gifted goose there, as Lockhart is now standing in the doorway. He's currently wearing a robe.
Is that what we're doing? We're gathering in the doorway?
that's a great bar name, the Gifted Goose. Well, yes, I think we might be in some trouble. I have just a bad feeling that these foot soldiers, or at least the one I saw, is related to the blood orcs of my past. So I'd like to really dig into what happened in the changes of this, because something's amiss. You don't just slaughter people for no reason. It's just weird. There has to be a reason for all this, and I intend to find out.
Is there, I don't know, maybe some sort of half-orc clan brethren shake that you could, present to one of the half-orcs to let him know you're friendly?
Give him the grip.
I spit on the ground, just not with a blood orc if he is one. May he rest in the 7 hells, 9 hells, whatever there are. The lowest layer. Avernus.
That would be the first layer, and that expansion's out on September.
I was waiting for the plug there. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you. I knew where you were trying to get.
Right. I was like, wait, what number was it?
Ooh, endless.
So, yes, I think that that won't do me any good, but there is a formal greeting, and, well, it doesn't seem like they would give me one, just judging on their reaction to seeing me.
Could you perhaps show me? Am I your brother?
Brace yourself. And then I grab one shoulder of his, and then I just, boom, and I just head down.
Oh, shit! Blood just shoots out his 2 little bird beak nostrils.
Oh, well, I warned you. I said brace you. Well, I will also take damage on that, as it's considered to be a mutual pain.
Roll a 1d4.
Okay. 3.
You guys both take 3 points of damage on your newly restored sheets. Good to know that everything is back in order and business.
Right. Per usual, we injure ourselves immediately.
And
Is that a long rest, Rob?
Yes, that was a long rest, and everyone has heard all of these conversations, because it was literally like a stack in the doorway of people in their bathrobes, and literally it's a selection of heights from like top to bottom, with Lockhart being the shortest, and then depending on how it's stacked, like Bloody Buford, Daddy Fat Nuts, Aaron Ye, and Zephyr, just like all the heads just like poking through. Like we've all discovered our own bathrobes for the moment. we heard. Lockhart actually pulls off as he hears a fluttering and goes back into his room and has received his courier pigeon.
You have mail.
You got mayo. You got mayo.
You got a parcel.
Do you need me to heal you? I thought we talked about this, you know?
Oh,
Magic
no.
is not an endless
no.
resource.
No. There was just two brothers exchanging good mornings. We are fine.
Yes, you are not bloody at all.
No, that's Car Kid.
We're making a mess.
No, but it's just a small dent. The blood will dry. It is fine.
Yeah.
I asked for it. Apparently, that is how their kind say.
Is
hello.
that what you're into? And I kind of like,
Maybe.
Rescinded. Headbutt is rescinded. It's redacted from our history.
well, that is why you are always fighting together. It is some cute form of mating ritual.
You guys are jerks. I'm going down to breakfast.
It's dinner.
It's
Dinner.
nighttime. It's
Waffles for dinner, then.
Dinner.
It's neither. As you make your way downstairs, you can actually see that even Masayoshi is very much asleep in his little hammock.
Sorry, someone just said bird bones are hollow. I'm sorry, I gotta point that out. That was great. So we go down there. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. I mean, you go down there. There's no continental breakfast here. It's literally fucking 10:30 at night.
Well, still hungry. I'm gonna go out and grab a little grub, a little kiosk somewhere, and maybe swing by a gift shop if anyone wants to join me. Lockhart, you know the way. Is there anything close by?
No. And he looks back. It's kind of a proper city. It didn't stay open very late when I was here, and I suspect it probably doesn't stay open very late now. As you look out and you can see
There's no Times Square.
there's not a lot of activity going on. But good news. An old friend of mine is still here in the city.
Who
I think
is
it would
this
be
friend?
wise for us to meet up.
Would he still be awake at this hour?
Her name is Katsura.
Well, how dare I assume?
Katsura.
Katsura.
Is there a curfew in the city?
There was when I was here. And noticing how lunch seemed to be particularly organized, I wouldn't be surprised if it's even stricter at night.
So we should probably wait until the morning.
Or
But
travel
nighttime is the
stealthily.
best time to figure things out.
I believe it will be best to try to meet with Katsura now. Where there are maybe less eyes and ears around us.
What was the punishment for going out after whenever you were here last?
Lockhart's gonna roll a history check. Yeah. Everything's a little bit foggy. But, I do remember being escorted a time or two out of the bars in Mudang Dong. Unwillingly. I don't think I've ever just been roaming around. I was definitely out with intention. But from what I remember, it wasn't an awful process. I just kind of was carried shoulder to shoulder back to my room.
So it is not like what we witnessed earlier at lunch.
No, there was no armed samurai. No. Much more civilian in nature. It was like, if you're familiar with a neighborhood watch, felt more like that. And it wasn't nearly as strict on the weekends. Though, I have no idea what day it is anymore here. Not that I can tell you.
Alright, well, were there public executions back then? Or is that a new thing?
There was only one public execution that I ever saw. And it was a long, drawn-out and elaborate. Took the better part of a year before it was done. Certainly nothing as ceremony as that.
Right.
And the offender was grave.
So, where is this Katsura located?
Katsura's mentioned at meeting at the Quad Gardens. It's not far from here. I wouldn't imagine it would be too difficult for us to sneak.
I look pointedly at Clashgar.
And you still trust this friend, correct? This is not a trap of any sort.
I do. I still trust her.
Okay.
We're classmates.
Well, it is dark, and I
Who?
very much like to move when it is dark, so...
I'll fit in.
We need to get you some Imperial armor is what we need to get you. Yeah. And you look begrudgingly at me as I'm always trying to get you armor when you don't want it.
Perhaps you could, I don't know, turn into a little butterfly and fit in. No,
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Clashgar?
no, Clashgar. Of course, he could fly with me. We could fly together, or maybe Irene would like to fly with me tonight.
No, I think she's pretty good on the ground with me. So I can watch over her and whatnot, you know.
Oh no, that makes more sense.
Yeah, you're right, it does. Thank
I'll
you.
stick with
Are we going to go sit on Big Air?
No, let's go. We should probably just head out. It's fine. I'll stick to the chateaus in between buildings and just follow behind.
Where's your fabulous disguise, Cocket?
No disguise tonight. I need to be able to move like I normally can. It is dark out. I'll be fine.
If you need to amend the costume with a couple of flaps to get your wings out.
Cut some holes in it.
No, fine riveted pieces of that trench coat can be removed and let your wings go.
Well, obviously, if I have that option, I'm gonna take it.
Oh, 100%. That was a nat 20 off stream that allowed you to be Darkwing Duck. Yeah, you take a couple riveted packages off and you're there you go, man. You're ready to rock.
They're like zip-up cargo pants that become shorts.
I tip the hat down extra low, so I can only just see the beady eyes.
If we're heading out, I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on us also, or whenever right before we leave.
Thank you.
Hooray!
I need everyone to roll a stealth check with a +10 now.
Oh, I forgot. Aranya is not sneaky.
I also click my button. Just that gives us advantage on.
Do we
stealth.
still have our buttons?
Yes, everyone still has their button.
Only Buford doesn't have the ear thing, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Fuck yes.
I am Batman. I am one with the night.
Lockhart has a 28.
Wow.
Nice.
27.
Wow.
30.
I can't even do the math right now.
I have a 39.
I have a 34.
Oh, I'm not good at stealth. I have a 26.
That's
Still
fine.
20s.
Well, I rolled a 16. I have literally nothing besides the pass without a trace, so.
Are we just making our way out of here like the 3 witches from Hocus Pocus? Like,
Hunted, dude. Hunted. That's
Actually, mine would be
exactly
a
what's going on. As we
And I just, with my shadow step, I want to stay in the very back and about 20 feet back and basically just shadow step from building to building. Because I mean, it's fucking dark out.
What kind of moon is in the sky? Waxing
Dang dog.
gibbous?
a
Waning.
large,
Waning?
full blood moon.
Ooh, that's probably not good.
Ominous.
As you guys begin making your way downtown, Hocus Pocus
Wow.
style,
Walking
uninterrupted,
fast.
you guys exit out the very front of Mashashito's. Oh no, Mashayoshi's. So many names to get straight. As he's sleeping at the desk, hand extended down to the pile of fruit assorted that he was picking through. You guys do the most Shadow Walkers thing that we've ever done, thanks to being into our historical homeland.
You-
Actually move like motherfucking ninjas through these streets as we curl with the softest footsteps that we have ever used as a group. Tucking back behind walls, using every ounce of shadow that we have. We see roaming guards, more half-orcs, similar military display, out walking amongst the streets. We avoid all of it.
nice. Heck yeah.
Tucking back and forth, keeping silently. We see the lights off in most of the city shops, but we see lanterns glowing in the sky. I need someone to make a perception check. It could be a group roll, so just give me your highest. Whoever gets it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Not me.
I just need
22?
18 or higher.
26.
Perfect. You guys point up to the sky, and you can actually see what looks like an old friend's cart that you ate at so
Ah.
long ago. And I don't have his name wrote down anymore. It's called.
Satoshi.
Thank you,
Satoshi,
Satoshi.
yeah.
I'm putting it in it right now. Satoshi.
Is
Thank
it
you.
Satoshi or Shato?
Satoshi. Thank you. It's added back in. It's lost in some Google Drive. I accidentally took notes in the wrong one. So someday I'm going to be doing like payroll for my bar. I'm going to be like, motherfucking Satoshi. Yeah.
When did I hire Satoshi?
He hasn't been on the schedule in months.
Fire.
I give him a wave.
You can see, because it has the very, the balloon that he was attached to, and a very, very small butterflies. You can actually see like a bioluminescence from the butterflies that are floating, but you can see that fox-like kitsune grin as he's floating somewhere above the city.
I instinctually just, as I see the butterflies,
We make our way to a quad road entrance where there are fine manicured gardens in between 4 different entrances where buildings cap each corner. It leads in. There are several large cherry blossom trees surrounding an active fountain in the center of this quad roads. As we hold up against the side of one of the buildings, we can actually see a hooded and shrouded figure leaning up against one of those trees next to the center fountain.
Is that your friend, Lockhart?
Breaking off from the group, you actually see Lockhart look left, look right. And you can see him take off within the shadows. As you can see the hood come off and a big hug and embrace. The middle-aged woman in the center of the quad gardens. She has long brown hair, does not appear to be of the same descent of the locals.
Humanoid, then?
But yes, humanoid.
Said middle-aged. Can we tell possibly what race she is? Dwarf?
No, but she doesn't have Car Kid's indigestion. No, she appears humanoid and not of local descent, much more Anglo in look. She is taller. She is taller than Lockhart by about a foot. As Lockhart calls back to the rest of the group. Looks over as everyone is lined up. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to my friend. This is Katsura. Kind of gives a bow back to the rest of the group.
Dip the hat and bow.
My lady.
Hail and well met.
I go to grab her shoulder, then I realize it's not like a half orc. I'm like, oh, whoa. And I just bow.
Welcome to Mudang Dong. I wish we were meeting under better auspices. I trust that you've seen the current state of the city. You may not know what it was like before, but I will do my best to paint a picture. Lockhart sent word for me to try to get a small briefing of the current status of what we've gotten ourselves into. She takes a long, deep breath. As you can see, we are currently under Emperor rule and control, and have been for the better part of a decade now. Mayaka Ama, as you can see, rules with a considerable fist. However, the people trust him. They trust him because they helped restore the economy of Mudang Dong. I'm sure that Lockhart has told you that crystals seem very absent. They are. The Emperor helped transition the economy away from magic use. In doing so, has eliminated the necessity to rely on the old spirits. Spirits of several mysterious animal gods were once a large part of the culture of Mudangdong. You can see that trust the Emperor has now squashed, while restoring a hard work ethic within the people. He's taken away a certain heart and soul. And yes, if you were curious, he did this by force. I'm sure you have noticed several of the orcs and half-orcs that patrol throughout the city. I need everyone to roll another stealth check.
With +10.
Oh, fuck.
Rob, I was gonna say, can I stand a bit further, like, back to the side so I can still see her lips, but not, like, just not all grouped up?
$38. And I'm still... I probably haven't caught any of this because I'm still way back.
I too got a 38.
I'm just watching.
27.
31.
Also 27. What'd you roll? Did you sneeze or fart?
Fart sneeze.
Don't you have advantage because of your button?
It's used the button once. Once per long rest.
Did you use it beforehand?
Who are you talking to?
You?
Yeah, I used it. I used it before.
Oh.
And I just rolled a nat 1. She looks back to the rest of the group. When we transitioned away from an economy that was dealt and used crystals to control everything, Emperor instituted an ironclad caste system where the wealthy sit on top of the highest tier, all the way down to the furthest, of which he disrespects the most. The oldest and kindest animal spirits of Mudangdong. You can see they are now all in service positions, barely scraping by, making the most minimum of wages, just doing what they can to make by of a horrible situation. And unfortunately, the people respect him for this. I'm sure you saw the display in the middle of town, glorified military parade. The people have taken to this structure because he's made many of them wealthy. The wealthy no longer want to lose that grasp that they have. At the same time, he has made many lives worse. I know not of how Mayaka Ama came to control a roving band of orcs. But that's how he took the city at force. It didn't take much. We were cut off, ill-supplied, and hadn't received the necessary imports for years. He capitalized on that, festered into the culture of the people. I need everyone to make another stealth check. who is below a 15? No one? So good?
Yep.
Perfect. And during this entire conversation, Lockhart has been engaged in the front. Who else has been standing up in front listening?
Probably me, also.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to learn more about these half-orcs. I'm very intrigued.
I just need to see her mouth, so I'm further back. And I have dark vision.
I've still just been in the very, very, very back, lurking in the shadows, watching for patrols, half-orcs, anybody that might be
Right.
not in our best interest.
We're going to place you on the ground as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't flown. Basically staying in the shadows of the buildings, like up next to the crevices and in alleyways.
Do you have your cape up?
Darkwing Duck.
He's a goose.
Silly goose.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
As the conversation is about to continue into another step, Lockhart turns his head and looks over to the rest of the group. And when he turns his head, you can see that there is a large throwing star that is lodged in the side of his throat. As he begins to cough up blood, I need everyone to roll initiative.
As a reaction, I cast Bark Skin on the sails.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
Just
I don't have anything to initiative.
Just
Damn
a
it.
quick figure. You guys are all hard cutting at 12 o'clock, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. We will get everything wonderfully set up.
For next week. Darkwing and Dungeons.
Sorry, I rolled a fucking 1, guys.
I did too, but I have initiative on, or I have advantage on initiative.
I do not. All right. Go ahead and sock it to me.
I got a 7.
17.
7 for Clashgar, 17 for Zephyr.
18.
18 for Aaron Yay.
I don't have anything to initiative. I was excited there. I was like, oh, am I going to get over 20? No.
Car Kid.
13, sorry, I was on mute.
Crouching.
Nice.
Let's go. Our new friend just rolling that 20. Katsura.
Hey.
All right.
Fast grandma. Or, well, I guess she's not grandma.
It's not grandma.
I got a 17, Rob.
It's got a
Quit
17.
tying with
I'm going to call her Moo Dang Mom.
Moodang Mom.
Oh, dang, ma.
All right. Perfect. Go ahead and sort that order. All right, go ahead and give me a roll off, Zephyr and Bloody.
Just up and down roll. 12.
3.
Boom. All right. We will set the scene.
Ninjas pop out of the bushes.
Should work now.
At least we don't have to murder cute pandas and fish and turtles.
Nope, it didn't work.
Well,
You guys saw nothing.
I moved the I didn't move the player tab over.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. It really is hard when you have like a million scenes to
Yes.
move the player tab over. I'm like,
hey,
oh,
that
yeah.
looks familiar.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was forever ago. It was around 2 years ago.
We
Yeah, there's-
got out of there.
There
Oh,
are some crazy scenes on here that have never been
That's,
that are actually untouched.
that's everybody getting fucked off the cloud.
I know that's Sephiroth. I know that campaign.
Here we go.
I ran him like a real asshole.
Those ninjas.
Boom.
They look like hags.
Now we can appropriately fucking do it.
Yay!
Bada bing.
I do like these cherry blossoms added. They look very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh man, look more like red maple trees to me, but Japanese maple trees.
You shut your mouth.
It's no way to
As-
treat you.
As you turn around and you look, and you can see the blood pouring from Lockhart's lips as he takes
A lot of dice.
I don't like those.
Nice.
45 points of damage. Grasping onto his neck, you immediately look up to the buildings surrounding you, and you can see slowly skulking out of the shadows tons of shrouded ninjas.
Fucking knew it, ninjas. Goddamn ninjas.
And as you can look, you can see them placed up off of almost every corner of every building within the Quad Gardens. And this is where we will pick up next week.
Ugh.
Basically, this is the Last Samurai scene when they're all having fun, like in the courtyard, watching a play, and then the fucking ninjas attack from the fucking roofs.
It's always the ninjas attacking from the roofs, man.
Always, man. Always. Bam! There's your treat. Now we get to take it away.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so ready for combat. I'm ready for a couple of rounds, man.
Rob's like,
You know
this
what I think we should be ready for, Rob?
puns.
It's like a good opportunity for roof snakes. Ninja snakes.
Roof snakes, indeed. Awesome. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. Thank you so much. Thanks for all that love and all those trains.
Sticking around, while Mixer shat its pants.
Appreciate those nat ones you gave me so I could double the ninja count.
God.
Thanks, guys.
You guys are so great.
Stop
We
giving
die.
Rob sparks for nat ones.
How dare
Hey.
you have nat ones? How dare you?
How
They
dare
also,
you.
Choose your
they also
rules.
get you so much extra information.
They did. That's a good balance.
Information cannot help us if we're dead.
Yeah, correct.
Pretty low tonight.
I can just think it out.
It was. There were so many low rolls tonight. It was rough. Rough rolls.
Lots of new
Rough
folks
riders.
out there. Make sure you follow all the members of the cast. Bam. Drop it like it's not.
I gotta be honest, I never intended to go down like this awkward love triangle between Aranya and Buford, but I'm really enjoying making things weird.
I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. Okay.
Aranye is just incredibly amused by everything.
Buford's incredibly self-conscious, so that's great.
Mine's more of a bashful admiration.
You just want me for my wings.
Yep,
Not
it didn't
according to
happen
your
till the
morning
wings came
hunch.
out. there
Your
was more-
morning hunch? Yeah, what was that about with all of us?
There were
Wing
more
punch.
parties involved in the dream. Like that.
That does
We'll
not
see.
make it better.
We'll see how empty runs with it.
That was amazing.
I don't know if you want to lay that kind of foulness on poor Empty.
Oh,
So good.
it's good work. I've not been disappointed by any of MT's fanfic, so
Yeah, they're all
Well-
very, very good.
I got a fucking dart in my neck.
yep.
Little fucking Norton there.
Oh, fucking.
That's a- that was-
Oh, fucking yes!
That was a high damage dart too.
Oh yeah, I got fucking. I got ninja'd, man. I got ninja'd. Them fucking.
You got Fortnited.
That surprise. That fucking surprise attack is not a fucking pretty one.
You got Genji'd.
God. Oh, and boy, do I ever get Genji'd when I play fucking Overwatch. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm ready to crouching tiger, hidden dragon this bitch out.
Yes.
Thank you guys for the journey. We guys will see you next Wednesday at
Yay.
Sure,
8
sure,
p.m.
sure.
CST as long as Mixer's still alive.
Right?
Cross
The
our
way by to the
fingers.
VOD.
Bye,
Love y'all.
God.
Those
See
be
you guys.
done.
Bye bye.